Wonderful, wonderful song.
Turn up the volume and say it again?
Yes, you missed it all.
Please say thank you with a round of applause. Please, for the lady who's home. This is Mary Lou Patchell. Now, where is she? Where is Mary Lou? She's upstairs? So she's not even hearing this. Okay, well, maybe she is. Anyway, welcome. This is a going away fundraiser party for our dear friend Brandon Pitts. If you haven't already donated, did you see it? Donated. Oops, that looked like a zig tile. Sorry about that. If you haven't donated, there's a big round punch bowl where you can donate some money, and this is earmarked for Brandon Pitts to take care of him when he moves to Seattle, Washington. Okay. The person I'm about to interview and introduce. I'm not on hell.
We're not on hell tonight.
I'm not on hell. Oh well. Where is the person that we're about to interview? There he is. I mean, introduce him. Oh my God. Okay.
Interview him, come on. You know you want
I'm
him.
going to interview him. Yes, Michelle, I can hear you. I know what you're saying. This man, everybody, hello? Hello, everyone? Let's give a very warm round of applause for someone that we love, someone who's going to be going soon, and someone whom we also love one more time. Give a round of applause to Brandon Pitts!
Extremely touched that you showed up thank you, Mary Lou, for hosting this. Thank you for Jennifer and Nick B. Woo! I don't know. I guess we're supposed to read a poem. Do you want a short poem or a long one?
Long one.
Well, how long?
How long?
58
minutes.
58-minute poem?
Oh my God.
I don't know a 58-minute poem. I have a 12-minute poem. I have a 7-minute poem. I have a 30-second poem.
30 seconds aren't.
Whatever combination, baby. Whatever you want to
I'm taking requests.
12 minutes.
The 12-minute poem?
Take a trip, baby.
Take a trip?
Yeah.
take a trip.
Take a trip? Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Take a trip on a positive notion, a stroll down a highway of 9, or ring a bell on a ship in the Arctic, stay awake for days at a time. 4 days we didn't see the sunshine, and still the polar winds blew. Lost my virginity under the aurora borealis. Through the window, curtains drew. Upon the terrace of the leper king, throw a coin to the one-armed man. American money gets you into the biome. Gas from a pop bottle tops of the tram. On pagan walls and temples of Christ, the whore is more blessed than the virgin, loved by the concubine, raped by the wife, bled and stoned by children. Take a trip on a positive notion, a stroll down the highway of 9. Embark on an endless journey, rushing past the speed limit sign. See sentience in Negro, look, I'm writing my own darn poem. Take a trip on a positive notion, a stroll down a highway of 9. Live life with reaching vision, 6 years ahead of your time. See sentience in Negro, look, there on the sonogram, the will to survive. Took a walk on a sailing lane, Russian church, the Lucian sky. Branded a coffer who knelt in a mosque, a Goya wore a yarmulke and shul. Lived to see my words in print the day they kicked me out of school. In secret courtyards over Templar graves, Madonnas adorn the name, Paso del Rio, Alamo Way. Strap for cash in the flats of LA. Take a trip on a positive notion, a stroll down a highway of 9. Embark on the endless journey, rushing past the speed limit sign. Touch the flesh of nations, travel first class, climb the war-torn pyramid, brought a baby on my back. Trespassed on top secret soil, felt that the land should be free. Eggnog and stout in the huts of Jamaica. Expatriation from your native country. Take a trip on a positive notion, pet a fox down a highway of 9. Learn the secret language of the coyote. Stay awake for days at a time. Remember, Stedman, Those bitten with the fringe, they never sleep. Don't tie down your spirit. Go on and live free.
Move the light back a bit.
Move the light back a bit.
Yeah, because I need a bit more light on the faces.
Like this?
No, towards you.
You mean upstage?
Yeah.
Like this? To be honest, Ken,
I'm not on it.
there's a
I'm not on your page.
UFO
Okay, got it.
It doesn't look very promising.
Okay.
Okay. Brandon's going to be coming on near the end of our open mic night to say farewell and do another poem. And once again, thank you so much for being here to help him out, to send him off in a beautiful manner. The next person that I'm going to introduce is somebody that who actually hosted a night that we did a long time ago at her place here in She Clothing. She's the person who actually owns this wonderful home and has been kind enough to have it here again. Please. Hang on 1 second. Okay, does anybody know any Jewish jokes at all? I do. Okay, Jewish jokes. I'm sorry,
Look
Judy.
at that one.
One Jewish joke is probably going to go over like a lead balloon, but here we go. Okay, there was this Jewish couple. They had a kid who wasn't doing well in school, in Hebrew school, and all that kind of thing. And so they came up with this amazing idea of, oh, are you ready to go?
Thank God.
Almost?
Oi, come on.
I got to
have to make
finish
an
the damn
announcement
thing.
about the door closed. You also have a million rats and tree hookers and cockroaches in there.
Oh, lovely.
Not kidding.
Rats?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Anyway, I'll tell the joke later. Okay, this lady has become a special friend, not just to me, but to a lot of other people, and we're just so pleased to have her home as the way of sending Brandon off. Please give a warm welcome for Mary Lou.
Which one of these?
Yeah, that one, yeah.
Yeah, hello and welcome to the House of Pink. So, just about a month ago, we made a little video and a little photo shoot for the store, and it's all pink. And Penelope did this cute little pink video, and since Talia and her mom are wearing pink, I had to put my pink hat on and read from the pink. Pink. A pale sunrise in the morning, sailor take warning, and wild roses in the country. Pink, you either love it or you hate it. If you love it, you could be a dancer or a singer or an actress or a transvestite, or you might just be looking backwards like Peter Pan and Wendy. Pink, baby pink, hot pink, bluish pink, purplish pink, peachy pink, glow in the dark pink, fluorescent pink, pink lipstick, toenail polish in the pink. The camera makes me blink. Let's skate on the rink. Wink a dink, go for a drink. Of pink lemonade, crystal pink cupping, pink champagne clink, fluted glasses. I should have worn my pink glasses. Dark pink, deep pink, rosy pink. Rose-colored glasses see the world through. Cranberry, depression glass, vases and lampshades. Did you get your pink slip? Slinky, sleazy, freaking breezy. Prison, painted walls, pink. Pink is for girls, blue is for boys. A little ways back in Victorian times, the reverse was true, I've heard. There's a beach in Bon Air with light pink sand called Pink Beach. Tony has a pink tattoo on his left cheek, butt cheek, that is. Pink, a kink. I'm so tired of wearing cheap, fake make unless it's screaming, yelling, hot, hot, fuchsia pink. Pink is my favorite color after red.
Okay, thanks, Marilyn, very, very much, and thanks again for letting us have this night. I'm going to ask Jennifer if she could find the list, and this is my section now. I want you to give a round of applause for the person who's going to co-host tonight. The reason she's co-hosting with me is we're the two people that, in some ways, are as close to Brandon as you can be, and in some ways even. What did you say, Brandon?
Absolutely.
Yes. And that's why I asked Jen to co-host this with me, because she loves him, I love him, you know. We love him in different ways, but, you know, I won't get into that. But, I guess I just did. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm going to do one little song as a tribute to Brandon. And, oh, wow. This is George Harrison's song. It's for Brandon. It's
Get the parrot, bring him back up.
what the hell? He sounds like he's
What is
better
the dog
mic than
doing
me.
there?
That's weird. He sounds like he's coming from here. That's gotta be the weirdest. God help me.
He's parroting you.
I feel like I'm in the birds.
You're getting heckled by a parrot.
It's time for my comedy songs. Shut the heck up. Well, this ain't gonna go over great, but I'm sure the parrot won't like it. Okay, hold on. Sunrise to the last all morning. Oh, for heaven's sake. Sorry, is this a movie or what? Something...
It's the parrot calling. It's the parrot calling.
Hello, Nick speaking. Hey, Rhonda.
I'll tell you in a bit.
I don't know. Actually, Jordan, I'm right on the stage at this very moment. I'm going to be playing, yes. No, you're not. I'll leave the phone on. You can
I
hear.
was just asking you.
Okay.
Maybe like
Let me leave the phone on.
Leave the phone on.
Yes.
Woo!
Okay.
Put it over here, Nick, by the speaker. Oh, by the speaker.
Was that the parrot?
No. No, at first I thought it was
I
Brandon.
thought it was the parrot.
I thought it was okay. This is George Harrison's song called All Things Must Pass. Sunrise doesn't last all morning. The darkness doesn't last all day. Look at my love away. She's giving me a warning. It's not always gonna be this great. All things must pass. All things must pass away. All things must pass. In the lives that it lasts. Look at my love away tonight. Sunset doesn't last all evening. The darkness doesn't last all day. Look at my love, she's waiting for me this morning. It's not always gonna be straight. All things must pass. All things must pass away. All things must pass. Nothing don't last. Look, my love, what you did tonight. And the parrot was quiet. I think that's what I call my next poetry book. And the parrot was quiet. Hey. Are you still there, Rhonda? I hope you enjoyed that. Yes, it's a beautiful song by George Harrison.
Very well played by Nick.
Anyway, sweetie, I gotta go. Dear, if you want to come over, please. There's tons of people here. It's wonderful, and people are very nice, warm, and charming. Okay. I'm gonna take a shower and get ready. Okay. Okay. That's fine. Sure. Okay. Okay. Oh, you're watching a movie. Okay. Cool. Great. Okay. Okay, Ron, we'll take care.
And this is being streamed.
Right
This is
on.
being live video streamed. Bye, Rhonda.
Help me get her out of my heart. Okay, we're continuing the opening mic. Sorry about the interruption. Wow, that was great. Okay, this guy is a friend of mine for the last 10 or 12 years. He's a visual artist. He's a wonderful person. And what? I just had this irresistible urge to go. I don't see him here. Is Charles Taylor here? Oh, sorry. Please give a warm round of applause, please, for Charles Taylor. Charles.
Thank you very much, Nick. Anyways, I'm going to read a couple poems this evening. First one is entitled Ghosts. Our world is filled with them. Stubbornly, or perhaps stupidly, they hang on, not wanting to give in to the notion of their demise, clinging to this world, this death. It was all that they knew. In this desolate country of ours, you'll find them everywhere, like in the abandoned houses or the prairies, the windows shattered, snow drifting through them and into the lonely rooms. You will find them there, anchored to the place the final owners abandoned after they have failed to tame the perverse, unyielding earth. Agoraphobic, they stare out the windows, afraid to venture forth from their sanctuary, their moans mingling with the wind blowing through the broken glass. Or on the shores of the Great Lakes, thousands of them, from the many shipwrecks, their spirits floating with the bodies until they washed up on land. So great was their terror of the water that they hide in the reeds and the trees, coming out on special nights to comfort each other. You will also find them in the cities, such as Toronto. Occasionally, when the time and the light are right, you will see them. Like the spirit streetwalkers, they are the ghosts of some of the murdered women still plying their trade along the track, their clothes hopelessly out of date. They are still strutting, trying to look sexy, trying to make one more trip. A friend saw one once at the corner of Queen and Broadview. Her hair was done up in a bun, her clothing from the turn of the last century. She held a pail in one hand and a mop in the other. Others knew of her, since she worked as a cleaning lady, made the mistake of loving another man who owned a tavern near Salter Street. And when her husband found out, he killed him in a rage. Now she stands by the corner, ready to go to work, ready to cross the street, a pained look of confusion on her face. The next one is entitled The Prairie Fair. I come from Saskatchewan, and it was a big deal years ago for people to go to these little country fairs. I remember the light that evening especially, emanating from the bulbs, illuminating the rides and games of chance booths, filling the air with incandescent particles. How it contrasts against the gunmetal gray sky. Everything was covered with a warm artificial glow. The night bugs, drunk with the light, smashed themselves against the glass tubes, trying to get closer to it. An excited buzz of the crowd, just as electric as the hum of the generators. There was also a multitude of smells, cotton candy mingling with tobacco smoke, and the organic odor of animal manure and sweet prairie grass. The crowd began forming around a stage. My 7-year-old intuition told me something important was about to occur. Then a beautiful blonde-haired woman brazenly walked to a microphone. She looked like that Maryland woman I had seen on TV movies, and wore a green sequin dress that glistened with 1,000 sparks. I remember how it clung to her curves, pushed up against her abundant cleavage from the front of her dress. "Hello out there, all you men," she breathily cooed. Nervous laughter rose from the crowd. She was different from any other woman I had ever seen before, and I wanted to possess this exotic creature, although I didn't know why. I looked up at my father, saw him staring lovingly at her as well. The crowd's excitement was infectious, like when I watched the groups of long-haired young musicians perform in the Ed Sullivan Show. The girls in the audience yelling irrationally. She talked soft into the microphone, said there was a tent behind her filled with a bunch of women who liked to please men, who liked to display themselves. It was going to be just a show for the guys. Everyone in the audience giddily tittered. Then she left and the crowd broke up. A line of men began quickly forming in front of the tent. I saw money changing hands. I learned something very important on that little prairie field that evening. There was a world of possibilities out there. Thank you.
That's great, Moshe. Well done. You took that. That's from one of my shows that you sourced stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
High-powered applause. That's
Yeah,
great.
I mean, yeah. That's it. Is that my stomach or was that that? Okay, the next person is a longtime friend of Brandon. When Brandon had one time when he needed a place to stay, and she was very good and kind to offer her home as a home for him at that point. And we're just very happy to have her here. Please give a warm round of applause for Susan Monroe. Susan.
Extended standing ovation for Susan.
I didn't think that was me.
Well,
we're here to say goodbye to Brandon, and I have to say I had joined him over at my house last night to edit a video of mine, and I realized that I'm not going to have that opportunity again. So I wrote a poem for him, and I put it in my new book, and it's called For Genius, and it's for Brandon. And this is how I feel about him. What is this fire that does not burn, water that does not wet, wind that does not blow, or the earth in which we do not stand? What is this feeling that pulls upon heart, nests quietly between the two worlds, and silently steals upon one in the glory of the full night? This light that emanates downwards from the glories of the angels takes the fall of Lucifer upon its back and prays for redemption. The heart of the saint cries upon the beloved's mercy, casting the dark shadow of ego death, raising up like the Lazarus of old, rending the virginity of ignorance, bleeding the flow of life from within. The consequence of genius upon one plane is the birth of the child, on the other.
Well done.
That's how much you influence me. I just like to do one more. And it's called Simply. I don't think you've ever seen this one. I want you. No rhyme, no reason, no theme, no season, no games, no plays, no end of days. For a moment. This time. For a day. For a night. Make it loose, make it tight. I just want you. Override thought. Forget that you bought into that lie of forever. I simply want you.
Thank you, Susan. And I hope I've got to ask anybody that's upstairs, you gotta keep it down because it really carries down here. Anyway, really pleased again to have all the people here. It's good to see that Paris Block is showing up, and a special friend Brandon's is here, and all of you are special friends, but Paris and him are pretty tight. And this next person, I hope is here. Paul Valier. Is Paul Valier here? Please give a round of applause for our next person on the open mic. Paul Valier.
I'm pleased to be here. Met Brandon accidentally about 3.5 weeks ago.
It was not an accident.
Exactly.
There are no accidents in the
I
air.
stand corrected. The higher powers informed me that I was
It was meant to be. It's meant to be.
shit. I'm supposed to be reading that slow poetry. I just kind of missed that start. I'm just a novice. So I don't know which or any of these poems could be relevant to your new life.
Everything's relevant.
Everything's relevant. Okay. Distraction. Do not distract me with kind words. I am busy. There's money to be made and minds to conquer. That sleepy keeper of your soul is mine to take. Here, eat this. I grew it myself. It's modified and no lucidity. I want to know what you used to be before being misled by false promises of salvation. No need to feel confused. I am here to help. Critique is relevant, so calming. It was almost like you once, in a weak moment, a skinny guy in a robe tried to run a guilt trip on me. My associates, we ran him off and nailed him to a tree. A man has to keep his independence. Strangers are dangerous. I'm running for leadership of our great state. Vote for me and you too can become rich and powerful. My platform is strong and simple. Together we are mighty. We will keep out the weak and conquer the weak. All right. I'll try and find something more happy around It's called Forever. Forever. Feeling is a way to connect. Thinking can be a disconnect, a substitution. I crave your thoughts of me as feelings. Space and time transcenders, blending with my real unlimitedness and yours. Together we cease to exist except as flow. Through me, through you, through eternity. That's relevant to moving around. Absolutely. All right, one more. That's a long one. Want to hear a long story?
No, we don't have time. I have a lot.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not bothered with that. Okay, one last one. Good. There's murder and mayhem and smiling and lying. Try that again. There's murder and mayhem and stealing and lying, but where is the good? Sycophant servants of devilish ambition, forgetting all that we should. A friend is an abstract expression of what we hold deep inside. Yet we're unwilling to go there. We prefer to go there and hide amongst the cheating and gambling of God's precious gift, our lives. So where is the good, I ask you? Where is it safe to be? Where lessons of love come down from above and everything's lovely to see. What place can hold you and me? I'm tired of the murder and mayhem, politicians covering their asses. Where good is an abstract expression and lip service is all that passes for togetherness and real understanding. None of them speaks except to the masses. Because what is this thing called good? Is it evil turned backwards and instructing our souls on the only thing that matters to live, and a simple reminder that all that has happened is gone as soon as we die. Thanks.
Hey, thanks, Paul. Okay. This next person has been a friend, a new friend of mine, a new friend of Brandon's, and he's also in charge of something that's an amazing event, the 100,000 Poems for Change. And I'm just very pleased to have him as a friend. And come up here and share his poetry. Pat Donners.
Thank you, Nick. Brandon, thanks for going away so that we could have this wonderful event. You didn't clear this with me, by the way. I'm going to do something I haven't done in 16 years. I'm going to read a short piece of prose, and then I'm going to read a short poem. Well, you've heard me read short poems. But I just submitted this to a thing called the Quiliad. It's an excerpt from a short story. And it begins and ends in the beaches, right by the coffee shop that Brennan used to own. I wasn't friends with him at the time. I drank coffee in there all the time. Go figure. And this is Burning Hunger. Andrew King has a burning hunger. It keeps him from falling asleep during the long Queen streetcar ride westward to work, and from tuning out the lady who sits beside him to tell her story. My daughter is a witch, a gypsy. Oh my gosh, god damn it, can you believe that's really a thing? She wore what you call a pentagram, Andrew says, conjuring up images of old heavy metal videos. Pentagram, that's it, dear. She wear a pentagram around her neck, like gypsy, like this, you see? She says it means nothing, but I am not stupid woman. I know better. Anyways, she dating this boy, nice Christian boy named Dolinsky. Dolinsky, have you ever heard a Christian boy named Dolinsky? No, I haven't, Andrew admits. Anyways, I think this boy thinks he can change my daughter. Or maybe he has something else to hide, if you know what I mean. I honestly don't, Andrew shrugs. Oh, such a nice young man like you doesn't need to listen to. Here's my stop anyways. Thanks to you putting up the ramblings of a lonely woman. I sure hope you're not a writer. Have a nice day now. Thank you very much. You too. Andrew shakes his head, almost unsure if the conversation really happened, or if he perhaps imagined it during his typical morning reverie. He hopes it did happen, because he does like to listen. It keeps him from feeling like he is self-absorbed, preoccupied with his burning hunger. Thank you. I have 5 copies of my latest, my first chapbook from Nerf and Nerf and Scarborough songs for sale. They're $20 each. Give me whatever you want. The money's going to Brandon anyways. And whatever doesn't get sold, he's taking to Seattle to sell on consignment. So that's going to be a hoot. And this poem is actually not in there, but it just seems to be a really appropriate poem because, Brandon's beginning a new journey. And this is the end of my set, but this is the beginning of forever. If you open your mind and start to see your brothers and sisters, not obstacles. Buses are never late. Rain does not fall just to piss you off or make you sour. Inherent possibilities. Every trial has the stuff of greatness. When ready to endure all for the truth, humbly pursue absolute hope and joy. Trusting in the power behind it all, when I cannot make sense of it for myself. Letting go of all preconceived notions and make an occasional leap of faith. Secure in the proof of my heart's desire, not tear up like a bard as I must be a rock. Though eager to get the show on the road, I will willingly await eternity. Never so excited for what might be next. Promise fulfilled when I let myself be loved as I love, and even more than I would dare to believe. Unity forged in refining fire, anointing oil, sacred water cleansing, indelible mark, undeniable sign, certainly certain beyond my wildest dreams. Brandon, I love you, brother.
Thank you. Thanks very much, Bob. I do notice that tonight is an amazing night. There's an enormous amount of beautiful women in here, and I know a lot of that's due to me. But maybe a little bit to Brandon. But it's nice to see all this beauty in one room. The next person that's coming up has become a recent friend of mine. He is an intimidating kind of guy in some ways, intellectually, in many regards. If you get in a conversation with him, you may want to extricate yourself from it because he's very, very intimidating. But anyway, I'm just sort of teasing him. But I'm Irish. We tease people. It's a form of affection. Anyways, please give a warm round of applause for JD. Good job.
Okay, I don't want to go into my intellectual superiority too much, but I will say that Nick Beat invited me to speak at his Owl Radio. Had a very good time. And I did host an event with Brandon Pitts and Nick Beat at Quattro. Also had a very good time. And I want to thank both of them for their camaraderie and light affection. I'm going to read a short chapter from Hunger, which has been optioned by a publication in the States and is available through Amazon Kindle or Amazon On Demand for $2.99. You can find Hunger, 317 pages of light rom about sex, drugs, and rock and roll in the 90s. And I'll begin with last time I read from a highly sexualized chapter. This time it's more of a chapter about music, chapter 12. It's a kind of Buddhism, Spike continued. No mind, only action. But I thought Buddhism was an enlightenment of the mind, Jack Dixon continued. It is, Spike continued, but at the same time it's a sacrifice of the mind. Very well, Dixon continued humbly. I guess I'll find a self-actualization of this in time. And then he thought, mind only, no mind. I don't know how to make heads or tails of the position. Then Spike interrupted Jack's train of thought. Music must be made so that the offering is present spiritually through material means. It is a spiritualized materialism, but there comes a point where you cannot even begin to understand or speak of such things. At that point, the waitress came back to the table, returning with Jack's coffee. He thanked the waitress and slipped slowly at the brown liquid. The two musicians decided to take their coffees with them, walking east along Bora Street to Yorkville. Fortunately, Spike had finished his coffee. Jack paid his bill with enough cash for a good tip. Then, reaching for his saxophone, he grabbed his coffee, and the two young musicians split down the road. What am I going to play, thought Jack as he ambled down. He thought he heard Spike, who was walking a little further ahead of him, say, never mind. But then he gathered it must have been all the drugs in his system making him imagine a ghost in the air. Catching up to David Spike along the way, Jack began to think about what Shanti had told him about the Tao, about the way. Like the anima and the animus, the yin and the yang, the male and the female principles, the black and the white would govern the state of affairs in Jack's mind. Day and night knew the answer to the question of the dreams that he had been having in his mind. Challenged by his new discovery of entering the surreal mindset, he knew that only the Supreme could be on its way as an answer to the Apollonian and Dionysian elements in his psyche. White light, black power was the answer to his growing tendency towards Robert Wilson's declaration of the autistic leader. He had the music, he was musing on his way, but did he know the answer in the visual matrix that would lead to outing the best of his manhood? He wished he had a scribbler in the air so that he could paint what he dared not lose or elucidate on his way, but still, his mental life could still not stop ticking. What was his sacrifice of the music that he had known by Coltrane's music in the head? As he walked along with his new acquaintance, his heart began to sag with every beating thought in his chest. As the tune began to lift in his mind, predicating what he might play for the improvisation of jazz in the Yorkville area, Spike acquiesced and called him to a psychological sunrise. You seem to be lost in reverie, young Jedi, Spike declared. Let me help you out. By this, what do you mean, Jack Dixon declared. I'm sure you know that all good things come about in time. We march along our given paths, seemingly autonomous from one another, but in the end, it is our communion that makes us groove and tick. It separates us from the beasts. Then again, true autonomy is hard to find and make manifest, but the woman in us makes us turn inward to one another. And then Spike swallowed. Song resonated through the air, so mercurial that Jack only caught a glyph in the air, an image of the Om, which he knew not what it was or how to deal with. In the end, it is your community that helps you get by. Be careful not to be so bold as to try to conquer the world in your mind and in your heart. And then Spike began to whistle. He's got the whole world in his hands. Jack laughed joyfully. Right, thanks for the insight. Thank you. So that's few paragraphs from Hunger to be found on Amazon. Thanks for your time. Bye.
Just want to let everybody know that is up here. You got like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I know. But anyway, thanks JD very much. We're proceeding along with the evening. This next person is a fantastic visual artist who's got a number. You get this look on your face like, Nick, I just spilled wine all over your best suit.
I did that.
You just got that look.
I spilled the wine.
This next person is someone that I'm very pleased to have come up on stage and do read some of his work. Please give a warm welcome to Norman Allen. Norman.
So I'm in my cups. And I wonder if I can't remember it. Consider the lilies. She said we're molded. She said we come from the lands. But I said we're molded from mud, and that explains all this stupidity. Pretty smart for these locust cherish. And that's idiot.
Speak up, Mark.
She said we come from light, but I say we're molded from mud. Pretty smart for beasts, but locust Paris, rat city, dog eat dog, and whether we wake or not matters only a jot, because well, it's already accomplished. God is evolved, mud into mind, mind into spirit, world to value. We're about to say the flower. She said, consider the leaves. She said we're molded. She said we come from the lights. I say we're molded from mud. That explains all our stupidities. Pretty smart for beasts, but locust perish. That's idiot's dog eat dog. Wake or not, but it's only a job because it's all already accomplished. God is evolved, not into mind, mind to the spirit, not to mind. Without seeing it. Don't do it drunk. Don't come up here and do it drunk.
Too late.
You don't bow down to Jesus. You open your heart and say, love is an option. Love is an option. Love is an option. Love is an option. You don't bow down to love. You don't bow down to love. You open your heart. Love is an option. Love is an option. Love is an option. Open the heart. I was puzzled in my room where I'm surrounded by Buddhism, Hindu gods. There's no Jesus. I turned around and settled down and realized that you don't bow down to Jesus, just open your heart and say, love is an option. Love is an option. Love is an option. Open your heart. You don't bow down to love. You don't bow down to love. You don't bow down to love. You open your heart and say, love is an option. Love is an option. Love is an option. Love is an option.
Okay, we have a couple more people left in my section of the night. Hope you're enjoying yourself. My name is Nick Beat, and I'm a wonderful guy. Nobody's heard that part. I always say things when nobody's listening about myself. Our next artist is someone that I really love, care about. She's a fantastic person. She's a fantastic musician. The Blue Venus is the name of her group, and she's actually going to come up here and lay a little on us. She brought her violin. It's going to take a little time to set up, but I'll announce her then. Just take 2 seconds.
Everybody give it up for Nick B.
I'm going to do something called tuning a violin. I changed my strings, so I apologize, but I had to change.
Everybody, please put your hands together. She's getting ready. For Andrew Deborah Blue Sanders.
So Jennifer's coming back. All right.
Hey.
Hey!
So, two things. One thing I just want to read sort of quick. Not quick.
From the contract.
Read-ish. April. From back there. And it mentions going west. Or something. It's going in a direction. That would be good. How's the party going on upstairs? Hold up!
Not as good. I came downstairs.
You guys being dissed.
That's the parrot coffee, dude.
All right, so this is a quick poem, and then I'm gonna sing a song. And this says, these songs I only hear in snippets. They are the future of my history. They are the seeds of the tall trees. They are the rocks and pebbles of mountains, and they are raindrops of the Pacific. The detail is a blur of wormholes collapsing, of mistakes. Of mistakes. I cannot conceive the story. I must pioneer the theme. I cannot hear the frequencies. I must search you out in a completely different direction from where you are. In a wagon of sound, out to the west, I aim. The song's called Shadow of a Doubt. It was a bit cold. The love is by delayed soul. Answer me. Did your prayers come in time? Answer me. Did your prayers come in time? 'Cause your memory is fire and mine. Don't pretend you don't, not care what I think. Not a cent you spend for your keep your gun. I wouldn't have felt pain in time to deny. Your answer, she's your favorite. Stand in line and get the chicken pie. Your charms are best served hot with some spice. It's a long way from hell. It's a long way from hell. Officer, how do I plead? Fall for a man who wouldn't have felt the pain in time to deny. Your aunt says she's your favorite. Stand in line and get the cherry pie. Your charm so best serves how with some spite. It's a long way from hell. It's a long way from hell. Always better when you don't recall. Always better when you don't recall. Always better when you...
You don't know.
Find out.
Oh.
All that.
See you next time.
It's
kind of got a brownish.
It's a hash. Handle. There's somebody here tonight. Before we get to my beloved friend Norm, whose birthday it is, and I wanna wish her a happy birthday. She's way in the back beside Norman. Her name is Michelle. Where is she? Hi. Oh! I say, where's Michelle and it's Jennifer? Birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Michelle. Happy birthday to you.
And many more.
I don't know what next is favorite pies.
Well done, well done.
Cut it up.
Really?
Don't sit.
No, I won't. I was going to. So thank you for the warning. Thank you again. We've got one last person for my part of the night, and then Jennifer will be taking over.
People.
This man is one of the hippest persons I know. He doesn't look it, but he is one of the hippest persons I know. With a book called, I'm just being honest. I mean, he's someone who's very disarming at first. I didn't know what to make of him when I first met him at Sirens many, many years ago. But he's a very understanding, a great person, fantastic supporter of poetry with his labor of love, and we're really lucky to have him here to do some of his work for Brandon's night. Please welcome Norm Christopher. Contest is complete.
The Blue Jays winning. Chickens?
Can the can.
Hey, can.
There's a lot of artists here tonight. And I know a lot of artists. And they're always asking me what's success. Or at least they're always questioning themselves what success is. And they measure it on how many CDs they've sold and how many books they've sold and how big of a stadium they can pack and how many people they can get to their spoken word show. And I always tell them the same thing. Success is how many souls you were able to touch. Take a look around, Brandon. Figure it out for yourself.
This is the tip of the iceberg.
I'm going to do one short one and then one goodbye poem. I'm doing the short one because for some reason Brandon seems to really like it. This is called Academics. Yay. The stupid ones murder their spouse. The smart ones murder en masse. Geniuses murder civilization. No. This is a goodbye poem. This is a poem that I wrote to say goodbye to everything. So in a way, it's Brandon's goodbye as well. This is called Check, Please. Check, please. Give me the bill so I can pay what I owe and get the hell out of this life. It's time to leave. Time to vacate the premises. The credit card has reached its limit and I'm overdrawn at the bank. Every investment went sour, and the tax collector is standing outside my door with a meat cleaver. Bring me my check so I can settle up and piss on out of here. The service was bad and the meal tasted like canned spaghetti. Hell, the entire menu sucked shit. And I think someone spit in my soup. The fat slob sitting at the next table smells like elephant sweat. And the toilet is backed up all the way to the birth of the Nile. And now I think I've got really bad gas. Which can only mean that another poem is about to be born. I want my bill. I want to empty my pockets of everything, because there's nothing I want to take with me. What I had in this life can stay in this life. Give me the check, goddammit. Can't you see me waving my hand? I was waiting for Godot and the bastard never showed up. Hell, let's stiff this joint, but I can't afford the karma. The roaches are lined up on the prayer carpet. The rats are chewing on the Torah. There's dry rot in every stage of the cross. A lotus flower is floating in the stagnant swamp, and someone stripped all the bark off the tree of life. Cha, please, I want to get out, and I ain't coming back. Last call was an hour ago, and I can't find the taxi. It's going to be another long walk into another world.
Do you have notes?
Okay, that's it. I'm defriending you from Facebook.
Thanks, Norm. It's almost time for me to go and turn over the open mic to my good and beloved friend Jennifer. I just want to say that somebody once said that the world ends one person at a time. And actually, perhaps somebody said that. And it's true. The world, or part of your world, ends when somebody goes or disappears or dies, but they always come back. And Brandon's not leaving forever. He's going to be making visits. For those that are really brokenhearted about him going, he's going to be coming back and all that kind of thing. I'm starting to choke up. Isn't it awful?
Unbelievable.
When an Irishman starts to cry watching.
Yes.
It's a horrible sight. Yes.
Wow, when Irish eyes are
Yeah, I like the sound of that. I just want to say
hi
to my mom, who's in heaven somewhere, and I know this is going up to heaven. This person that I'm turning over the open mic portion of the show is a beloved friend of mine. I've known her for 21 years, and it's about 21 years roughly. And we met at the art bar many years ago through my beloved friend, who is now deceased, poor John Clarnick. And she is has put up with a lot of my mood swings and other swinging in the trees. Yes.
Wow.
But just very lucky to have her as a friend, and both she and I love this guy very much. Please give a warm welcome for our next co-host for the night, Jennifer Hossein. Come on.
I'm thinking we should just take a wee break. So people could go to the washroom and stuff. Maybe like a 10 minutes. We'll take a short break.
Yep.
And then we'll get going?
Sure.
Okay, let's take like 10 minutes. Do your stuff. Yeah.